Back to War is Coming, and war is not coming anymore. War is here. Oh yes, it is. And hey, this is game number 2 between Psy and VN. The score is currently 1-0 to Psy, and my goodness me, this last game even was fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes. We have got ourselves a 3v3 once again. This time it is on Land Nomad. So this is kind of what we've seen a lot of in the group stage, but this time we get to see it between two higher rated teams, higher valued teams, I suppose you could say as well. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how this one goes. And so far, obviously, it's shown to be pretty close. Psy and VN in that last game were very close, and I'm looking forward to seeing if it will be just as close this time around. Now, obviously, some teams really do benefit or do better at water maps versus land maps. Some teams excel at land and kind of suck on water. Some teams are more well-rounded, and I'm not really sure about the Psy team. I'm not really sure about the VN team, what they would particularly be better at. That last game was a little bit of a hybrid between land and water, and it seemed like Psy were able to get the upper hand on the water quite easily. Now this map is a pure land map, so perhaps VN got a little bit more of something up their sleeve for land maps, and maybe even Land Nomad as well. And you know, this map is I think this map has a little bit too much luck in it. I mean, you can get really lucky and have tons of resources near your starting location, or you can be unlucky and have absolutely nothing. Now, you can never guarantee that you're going to put your TC next to all of those yummy resources, and although there is plenty of them around, you can get unlucky, and we've seen this before where some players simply just don't have the resources to hand. In this situation, I would say that Moonite, Milo here in yellow, definitely looking a little bit unlucky, almost. He's got one boar over to the right, he's got a deer patch, but where's his second and third boar? Oh, they're all the way over on the other side of this forest. Not very likely that he's going to be able to lure them in comfortably at all. So, I think this map is annoying for me to see, because we've seen a lot of Land Nomad already, and here's some more Land Nomad for you. It's a little bit unfortunate that there is so much. It seems like I'm dropping some frames as well on the old OBS there, so hopefully that sorts itself out and it will be all good. Otherwise I'll have to restart. So yeah, VN Moonite, a little bit unfortunate with his starting location. The fact that his boar on the other side of this forest, he might still be able to lure them in okay. We'll see. He's got to find them first, of course. But yes, a lot of people have been complaining, actually. It seems that there's just not enough home maps in this tournament so far. It's all like Land Nomad and Nomad, and I don't know. I think it's good to see different maps, to be honest with you. But I do think that there's a little bit too much Land Nomad so far. I was kind of hoping we'd get out of the group stage and we'd see less Land Nomad, but that's obviously not going to be the case. So the Twitch stream might be a little bit laggy still. Let me know if it's dropping frames and stuff. I mean, on my screen, on my other screen, it's gone a little bit red. It doesn't look too good. It doesn't look happy at the moment. My internet seems to be dying on me, which is not good when you're trying to stream a game. But anyway, players are starting to get their town centers up now, and we can actually have a look at where they are setting up. So over to the northwest of the map in the yellow, we've got Moonite playing as the Spanish. Like I say, I'm pretty sure this is Milo. His teammate up to the very north of the map in the green, we've got Dark Knight. He's playing as the Persians. And over to the right of him in the northeast of the map in the purple, we've got Robert Stinson playing as the Mayans. I don't think there's any more lag now. It seems to have fixed itself, so it should be fine. I'll keep an eye on things. But that's the VN team. They're up to the north, and Milo's kind of off on his own on the left side, all by himself. He don't want to be... but he is, unfortunately, all by himself. Yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. He's got an easy wall if he wants to take it. Down to the south of him, over at the southwest of the map, in the red, we've got Mr. Yo. He is playing as the Mayans in the red there. just to the right of Mr. Yo, kind of in the sort of central location almost of the map. We've got Sai playing in the blue as the Spanish. And last but not least, for Team Sai, over on the west side of the map in the teal, we've got Feng Xin, aka Paladin, playing as the Persians. So I'm going to fast forward things slightly, just speed 75, whilst the starting few minutes of this game get underway. It's a painfully slow start on this map, but it has to be, because without a scout, you have to scout things out. Without a scout, you gotta make sure you can see the map with your sheep. And we'll check their scouting now. It's amazing what you can see with just your sheep. Like they have eyes too, and I already had a theory about how the sheep transmit the information back to the player. But yeah, you can see Paladin's scouted so much already. And he's not even got a scout cavalry, so there you go. Not bad at all. Obviously, it's so important to find those resources. And he has found his boar, he's found his deer, and that means he's probably going to be off to a pretty good start. Looking at the other guys, Dark Knight, even better still. Look at that scouting, my god, he's scouted nearly, what, 40%, 35% of the map already. That's pretty damn good, let's be honest. I am impressed. I would never be able to do that. These guys clearly just sheep whisperers or something like that. Milo coming in to do a little bit of laming though. Gotta love that. Bringing his villager forward, just walling himself in and then laming that boar. It is pretty close to a mill though, so it's not really such a big deal. Sai is going to be able to take that boar regardless. Mr. Yo could do the same, and Mr. Yo now having to lure a boar from an absolute mile away. My goodness, he's bringing them all the way from over there. That's quite a hefty boar lure, if you ask me. Bringing 2 villagers out to lure those boar at a time, not great. And Sai doesn't actually have many boar here at all. In fact, he's forced to take this one and take this deer patch with Mr. Yo going out to take those boar that are really, really far away. This villager's going to die. So close. Oh, yeah, she's dead. She be dead. But the extra boar is in. Milo did take the boar at the front of his little forest, so he did get a little bit of food from that, and a few villagers coming in for Dark Knight already. Feng Xin on the way up as well. Like I say, I'm playing this back a little bit faster because, well, we wanna get to the action, and the action takes quite some time to get to in this style of map. Big team wall coming up from Paladin on this right side, though. He is walling off against Robert Stinson. He's closed up the gap in the center, and that's some pretty big walling efforts already from him, making sure, of course, to try and get that team wall up nice and early, and I think that's really valuable for a team to do that, to get that team wall up and running. Robert Stinson walling up those gaps as well, taking up the all those little choke points, filling them with houses, and preventing their enemies from getting through. Milo, no real team wall coming up from him just yet, but we'll see that sort of eventually anyway. So Spanish gonna want to be doing like a 4 TC boom, sorry. Dark Knight Persians again gonna be wanting to go for a pretty big boom here, and of course the Mayans on that right flank as well, gonna want to be putting up maybe booming, maybe dropping a castle. Judging by the fact that Robert Stinson started to take some stone already, we could see a castle coming up and some map control due to the plumed archers that he produces. Mr. Yo taking some stone on the front, and a little bit risky to do that, but he's walled himself in. A couple of idols there though, and I think we're going to put things back to normal speed right about now. Castle Age is on the way for a couple of players already, and that is where we'll pick it up from, I think. So on this left side, Milo trying to wall himself up as best he can. We got plenty of stone income for him, looking for conquistadors, of course. And if he does go for the castle first, then Milo might decide to get really kind of aggressive here. If you look at Mr. Yo, he's really not walled up at all, and these guys, Sai and Yo, are really open to an attack right now. I mean, let's be honest, they have no walls up at all. Dark Knight's already up to the Castle Age, and whilst, yes, he's playing as Persians, he might do a 3 TC boom and not make any military yet. Does seem to be the case, because he's gone Market Blacksmith. But Milo on this left side, taking the stone, looking for the conquistadors, and he could do some serious eco damage to Sai and to Yo if he breaks through, and of course there's not really anything to break through. There are no walls here protecting him, protecting them even. So 52% of the way up to castle for Milo right now, and Mr. Yo is 59, so it's pretty damn close. Of course, looking for that castle, both of them will be doing that. On the right side, Robert Stinson, a bunch of villagers taking stone on this side for that castle. The mines, of course, great for getting an early castle out, getting those plumed archers out to do some nice early harassment. But Feg's in, pocket player, 3 TCs on the way up, or 2 new TCs, but 3 total on the way, and more stone coming in from him as well. And the Persians likely just to be booming up and supporting with knights as they get to the later stages of the castle age. It's important to make sure you get plenty of eco and plenty of booming going on. So castle age is up for most players right now. Does not take them long to get up once the first player goes up. Just Sai, who is lagging behind at the moment, and he's had a little bit of issues getting food, to be honest. He did have to get his boar from miles away, if he even had many boar. I don't think he did. That boar there was lamed by Milo. You can see just how many farms he has at this point in time. Obviously a little bit slower to get up to castle here. He is looking for, I think he's going to be looking, I don't know what is that villager doing? It's like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I can get through this gap. No, I can't. I can get through it. No, I can't. Can't make its mind up where to go. But it seems like he is going to go for some knights once he gets up, because he's not really taking too much stone yet. He's just putting some more villagers over there. He should be able to do 1 new TC and a couple of knights to try and take some center control. A couple of scouts out as well, which is interesting. You don't normally see that. And Mr. Yo here with a sneak villager by the looks of things. In fact, wait, it's not a sneak. It's not a sneak at all. He's just going to wall up the outside of Milo's walls. So Sai going to try and do some really forward walling here to get that team wall up and running. And in fact, that could work out really nicely for them. They've left it a little bit late, sure, but better late than never, I guess. So Milo here actually opting for a TC first, which is a good choice, but will delay, his conquistadors coming out. He's got 4 villagers going over to this right side. Castle nearly there. There we go. He just bought some stone, and he's putting that castle in that choke point. That's going to prevent any forward walling from Mr. Yo, like he is doing on this left side. And meanwhile, Sai is walling up this gap on the right so that they have a complete team wall going across the diagonal of the map, which really isn't too bad at all. Honestly, I thought that VN would have been a little bit more aggressive as soon as they hit castle, and perhaps tried to take advantage of the fact that Sai has no walls. But hey. Sai now... Sai, that is. God damn, why does he have to have the same name as his team? Just makes things confusing. I can only assume this guy is the sponsor, the Sai sponsor. But yeah, no knights coming out from him. In fact, I thought he might have done a couple just to try and secure these villagers who are walling at the front, just to make sure that the center area is nice and safe. But no, just coming up his 2nd and 3rd town center now. Granted, a little bit further behind, but Milo with that castle, we could start seeing some conquistadors coming out. It could just be for defensive purposes, but if he was to make some conquistadors now, he could do some damage. There is nothing stopping him from walking through here and starting to hit these villagers on the stone, starting to come over to this eco and just kill villagers, and conquistadors are perfect for that. Conquistadors are the best raiding unit, in my opinion. They hit hard, they're fast, they are pretty tanky as well, and like I say, they are just fantastic at raiding. Just 3 or 4 of them, enough to kill knights, enough to kill villagers very quickly, and they're just an awesome unit to have. Now, everybody is literally just booming at the moment, and that's almost expected, to be honest with you. No one wants to be too bold, make too many rash movements and decisions that could put them behind or put their team at peril. So Robert Stinson, a couple of plumed archers out, not able to do a huge amount with them so far, it would seem, and we got some conquistadors out for Milo now as well. Honestly, I think that Milo could do some serious damage. Like, once he realizes that this is completely open, he could just go for it, and I think that would be really beneficial. He could even get Robert Stinson with his plumed archers on his right side to come across here, because if he heads over to the left and keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, then their side team is open to this, and they are really susceptible for raiding here. We got a castle drop coming in from Yo, though, and Yo is not going to expect this. We got conquistadors coming in behind, and that's not going to happen. That castle will not happen. Those 2 conquistadors are going to end these villagers' lives. I was going to say they were going to kill these villagers, but then they just sort of stopped and did nothing. But yeah, there we go. Mr. Yo deleting that castle. All that stone now lost. Those villagers now lost. And that was a ballsy attack. But Milo, one step ahead of the game at the moment. His conquistadors putting out that damage. And of course, their accuracy is something to be desired. But, not something to be desired, I guess. Their accuracy is appalling. But now he's starting to kill villagers. Now he's going to start to be able to raid, and there's no walls here, nothing at all stopping him running through. So I want to know if these guys know about this hole, and they don't. Having a quick look at things. In fact, no, I might be wrong. Mr. Yo, yeah, he doesn't know. They don't know that where this hole is here, and none of them have scouted it at all. So, I mean, their scouting is just not there. They've not scouted the entirety of the map, and they just don't know that this hole is here. Feng Xin saying so bad. Obviously, things are not going too well for their team at the moment. Feng Xin then, let's have a quick check. What's he looking like at the moment? 92 population. Obviously, he's gone up to like 4, maybe even 5 TCs. Yeah, he's gone up to 4. So we can expect to see him go to Imperial at about 100 pop, depending on what he does next. Sorry, 110 population, depending on what he does next. He probably is going to want to put up a castle in defense here, but as the Persians, the castle is not for making, oh my goodness, on this left side as well, oh my god, the castle is not for making war elephants, it's just for defense. He's going to want knights and stuff like that, but wow, Milo, another 3 or 4 villagers dead. That castle there, managing to pick off one single lonely conquistador. Mr. Yo now forced to really defensively. His population 52. He's got the least population in the game. Milo has got 64. He's got the least population on his team. But so far, Milo has killed 14 units, and that is some pretty good going. Villagers now getting cut down from Sai, and these guys are taking a beating from Milo at the moment. We've got some plumed archers running out, but again, these conquistadors are pretty tanky. 55 health is quite a lot. Obviously, 16 attack. 4 of these guys are going to be able to clean up most of what is being thrown at them. And sure, they have, you know, quite a big a price attached to their heads, but once they get massed up, they really just seem unstoppable. And although these plumed archers are much cheaper than the conquistadors, it takes a lot of them to kill them off. And as soon as you've got, you know, 1 or 2 more conquistadors, they're going to get a ton of kills. Milo here could come in and kill a couple more villagers. Why not? Of course, he's not going to say no to that. Villagers just getting cut down on these farms. And this is really quite bad team play from Sai. I mean, this is falling apart simply because they haven't scouted well enough. They've not found the holes in the walls. They've not walled themselves in properly. And all of that causing this massive hit to their eco and causing a lot of troubles for them. So VN clearly in a superior position at the moment, and we've not even seen too much action from the likes of Robert Stinson and Dark Knight. Dark Knight now up to Imperial though, just seeing that message on that left hand side, and Feng Xin about to be petard busted down again. We saw this work for Robert Stinson last time, and he's gonna do it again. Straight in there with the petards. You gotta love that. And that's something you just don't see enough players doing. So there you go. The plumed archers are in. Feng Xin is wide open. He was trying to wall this up, and those villagers gonna get cut down by Robert Stinson's plumed archers. So Feng Xin now wide open to this. He's bringing up the stables though. Gonna start some knight production very quickly. He's got that defensive castle up as well, but the plumed archers are through, and whilst he's up to Imperial, his opponent on the other side of the map, Dark Knight, already there. He's already making the knights, and the Cavalier upgrade is probably already on the way. It's at 13% now. The center of the map still wide open. These guys just running through with their knights, and although yes, there are 2 castles here from Sai and Yo, that does not cover the entirety of their economies. And we got Siege Workshop coming up on the front for Feng's for Dark Knight as well now, researching capped ram, and those castles will be lost very soon unless these guys can somehow defend it. Millo's up to Imperial, Robert Stinson's up to Imperial, but Mr. Yo, Castle Age still very far behind, and Sai as well, still in the Castle Age, nowhere near to Imperial at the moment. So this game really does look like it's about to really heavily tip even further into VN's favor. These forward siege workshops are going to start laying down the damage. This army of plumed archers in here doing a pretty good job so far. 2 Mangonels going down for Feng Xin, for the 1 for Robert Stinson, really not bad. Mangonel chasing these guys down though, so Robert Stinson's going to want to get out the way. Ooh, not too bad, just 1 single plumed archer dying there. And he's going to close the gap, focus down the Mangonel as fast as he can. Will he be able to do it? The Knight's getting in there. This is going to be a little bit of a tough fight, actually. He's got +1 defense, +2 attack, but that Mangonel just refusing to die at the moment. Robert Stinson going to have to run back, it would seem, allowing Feng Xin to go and wall it up. That's all he wanted to do. But on the left side, things are going from bad to worse. Dark Knight now getting in with those Cavalier, and they will soon be Paladin, believe you me. The Rams about to pop out of these siege workshops as well, and well, Sai is going to try and stick up another castle, but losing a lot of villagers in the process, which is just bad news. There's the siege rams. Dark Knight did not mess around with that, did he? And we got more Cavalier into the economies of these guys as well. Sai with a couple of monks. In fact, we got monks coming out for Yo as well. It's a great choice. Nothing wrong with monks and converting the Cavalier that are trying to attack you, but just not enough at this point in time. Millo now up to the Imperial Age, and these Rams already taking down the castles here. The only person for Sai who seems to be able to defend and to be able to even push back is Feng Xin at the moment. And he is simply being held in his base by Robert Stinson. It's unlikely that he's going to have excess resources, excess units to send over to this left side. And Mr. Yo, Sai are just getting destroyed over here. The Conquistadors from Millo now +2 defense. That castle being denied. Of course, the Rams going to quickly surround it and put an end to that existence of that castle. And that castle on the hill going down as well. And these villagers just running away into more Cavalier, it would seem. Dark Knight just everywhere with his Cavalier at the moment. It just, yeah, raiding the farms at the back. And all of this because Sai did not have a wall. It seems like a bit of a shame, and it really does come down to scouting, ultimately. It does, because had they have scouted that hole, had they have scouted this, then Sai would not be in this situation. Had they have made a wall and defended themselves, they probably wouldn't be in this situation. But there you go. That's gonna be the game right there. VN gonna take down this castle, and I mean, Yo has absolutely nothing here to defend at the moment. Sai almost up to Imp. Mr. Yo still in the Castle Age, and although he's running away to the corner of the map, how much time are they gonna have to buy themselves at the moment? I don't know. Robert Stinson so far, though, falling back a little bit. In fact, Feng Xin pushing forward quite nicely. Robert Stinson's halberdiers now starting to get massed up here to try and counter these calves. Honestly, very good unit, and unless Robert Stinson can make hundreds of plumed archers, then the Cavalier will get a little bit of an advantage here. So, yeah, down at the south, Mr. Yo's TC getting dealt with effectively. Everything up there getting dealt with. Villagers being brought out to attack the Rams, but of course the Rams will survive for long enough for the Cavalier to get over there and clean it up. Mr. Yo now down to 68 population and falling rapidly as his villagers get caught out and get taken down. My goodness me. Robert Stinson, though, does seem to be falling back slightly here. Feng Xin definitely has got the larger economy. 142 villagers for Feng Xin versus 131 for Robert Stinson. And the military is in favor of Feng Xin as well. But Robert Stinson just spamming trash, and even if he loses a lot of these units, it's still really good trade because Halberdier killing Cavalier, the Halberdier don't cost any gold. So they are making a profit. Even if they're dying, they're still making a profit. But there's Paladin for Feng Xin now. Just as his Cavalier are getting cut down. And there's just not enough there for Feng Xin, I don't think. He's sending the units in a few at a time. They're just getting cut down, sitting under this castle, fighting against the Haubs. It's not good news at all. Mr. Yo running away into the center of the map and is being chased down to the corners. Double stone wall to try and protect his economy. And he is literally rebuilding everywhere he can. But VN are not giving him a chance to ever get back into this easily. The Paladin upgrade now done for Dark Knight as well. And honestly, I think this is now over. It has been over for a little while as well, but let's have a quick look at the scores here just to get an idea. The average score for VN is 8,400. The average score for Psy right now is 5,400. That's a 300 difference, and that's pretty damn huge at this moment in time. So not bad play by VN at all. And I think it's a little bit sad that Psy effectively losing this game because of not scouting this, and that's literally it. Don't want to say it's over until it's over though, and I believe my doorbell just rang. I don't know why it just rang because Hannah's out at the moment. I'm expecting her to get back. I'm gonna pause the game a second, and I'll be right back, guys. Obviously the doorbell just ringing. Alright, I'm back. Strange. There was nobody there. How weird. Zero's hookers have arrived, of course. Anyway. Over on the right side now, we've got support from Dark Knight coming in. Those Paladins fully upgraded, and Feng Xin with just +2 attack. So, obviously, Dark Knight is, well, in an advantageous position. Feng Xin is 2v1. The Plumed Archers can fire behind this and put an end to those Paladins' lives, whilst the Moon Knight, Milo, literally just cleans up with the Siege Rams from Dark Knight leading the way. The Elite Conquistadors behind it, putting an end to everything in their sight. And honestly, Psy, like I say, are out of this. They are clinging on, but I don't know why. Rather strange. Rather strange. We got a couple of War Elephants coming out for Feng Xin. Of course, the upgrade's already done for those guys because they are the same upgrades for the Paladins. But that castle is about to fall, and 2 War Elephants is not going to change this game around. Unfortunately, most of Feng Xin's Paladins grouped up together like that, and meaning that those Plumed Archers can fire in from behind. At this point, I'm wondering why Psy are even still fighting. Mr. Yo, I want to check his population. He's at 67. He's trying to bring himself back into this. He's trying to rebuild his economy. But it takes time. It takes a lot of time. And even though he's found gold, even though he's trying to rebuild as fast as he can, he just cannot. And it is GG. It is over. Mr. Yo has resigned, and Psy, Feng Xin, Paladin about to resign as well. The rest of his Paladins here getting cut down where they stand. Feng Xin gone. Psy just last to leave. And still a couple of halberdiers out for him. Still trying to get a few more kills. But it's over, man. It's done for. There is no point fighting on. Psy is done for. Moon Knight is going to finish things up, sitting on that hill and killing those halbs. Maybe Sai's gone AFK. I don't know. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's doing something. He's still building TCs. I don't think he's realized that his teammates have resigned. Maybe he's not realized yet. I don't know. We'll give him a minute. Otherwise, we'll end this game ourselves. What is he doing? His teammates have both resigned, and he's like, "Come here, you conquistadors! I'm gonna pike you like you've never been piked before with his halberdier." What on earth? Did not expect that. Maybe this is his only game of the tournament. So yeah, maybe he wants his moment of glory. Who knows? I don't know. Still, his halberdier are just doing nothing. They can't catch the conquistadors, and by the time they reach the conquistadors have killed them. My goodness me. Yeah, my frames are dropping like crazy. I don't know what's going on tonight. My internet's been crap, and the doorbell rang and no one was there. It's 3 spooky 5 me at the moment. But yeah, Milo is literally just standing there killing everything that Sai throws at him. And what is he doing, man? What is he doing? I don't know. In the chat, he's just like, question mark, love heart. This guy. So Dark Knight bringing over some paladins, gonna get them into that wood line there, and they're gonna die. There's no question about it. Sai's at 132 population, still making those halbs. They're still trucking away, but obviously losing a lot more. And he resigned. No GG, just resigned. Gone, done. What on earth was that? But hey, there you go. Sai losing that second game. VN will take it, and honestly, they played that run really quite well. They had a lot of map control. They were in control of that game, and like I said a few times already, but I'll say it again, Sai really lost that when they didn't wall. And you know, a lot of people bash the Chinese teams for walling up, but you shouldn't, because walling is so overpowered in this game, and walling is so important to winning if you want to do well. So for Sai, lacking the walls there enabled Milo to run in, do a huge amount of damage with his conquistadors. So Mr. Yo could never get on his feet, and yeah, that was basically game right there. So well played to VN. I gotta say for sure they're gonna be pretty happy about that victory, making this series 1-1 so far. And this is a best of 7, so it's the first of 4 wins. So anyway, I'm gonna change the